In this video, we're going to see how to implement your Gate.io API keys from Gate.io account to your Cede Store extension. So if you didn't see previously our first video explaining how to correctly set up and download your Cede Store extension, please check it out before watching this video. So the first step is to connect to your extension, and as you can see, I previously added in previous videos a Binance API key and a KuCoin API key. Now we're going to see how to implement a Gate.io API key. So first step is to go on the Notion guide that we made for you. So for this, you have to come back to your whitelisting email and click here. Then you will access to this Notion page. Please read it carefully. Everything should be quite well explained. And now we're going to go on the appendix part, create your API keys, and select Gate.io. Okay, let's open this toggle. And here, as you can see, all the steps are correctly explained. You can go directly to this link, which is the API key management page of Gate.io. So obviously, the first step will be the connection. So I'm gonna do all my login and 2FA and see you just after that. Perfect. I'm connected and I did all the 2FA process. So now, for example, right now you are not directly on the API management section. So please come back to the Notion guide and click again to this link. As you already did the connection, it's done. You're still connected. And as you can see, I'm in the right section, API management part. So now let's create a new API key. So for this, you have to click on this button, create API key. I'm gonna put a name for this API key. So for example, let's say that I want to set up read-only API key. So I'm gonna put read-only for Cede Store. On IP permissions, select later API v4 key type, and the classic account works well. Here, you will have to set up the different permissions that you want to give to this API key. So in our case, as we said, we just want, on this example, to see the spot margin trade and on read-only access. So I have to set up this. And I'm not interested to see other pages and other features of Gate.io for the moment. So it's all good for me. Click on Submit, accept the risk reminder, and do again the 2FA process. See you just after that. Well done. Your API key is correctly generated. So now let's see how to implement this API key from Gate.io account to your Cede Store extension. So I'm gonna click on my extension. And as you can see, I already implement a few centralized exchanges previously. Now let's see how to implement a Gate.io account. So I have to click on this button, the plus button, and select Gate.io section. Now let's come back to the Gate.io page, copy the first key, which is the public key, and copy it on the public API key section. Return to your Gate.io page, copy the second key, which is the secret key, copy it, and paste it on the private API key section. Here you can choose the different permissions that you want to give for this API key. So for us, as we said on this example, it will be only the read access. And please note that you can always change those permissions directly on your Cede Store settings. Now click on Add, and it's done. Your Gate.io API key is correctly implemented on your Cede Store extension. So if you can go on the home page, you can see the +1, which is the Gate.io, and you can see few assets that you have on your Gate.io account. Thank you.